Okay, you're on Sam and Rach's Next Exit. Obviously, I'm Sam.
And I'm Rachel.
And we've got Dylan from South Australia, Mount Gambier's own Higgs Field. And you're the frontman of the band, Dylan.
I started playing in Higgs Field like literally a month before the pandemic started, and it's been a wild ride. Going from this is gonna be awesome, we're gonna be playing gigs, and then there was nothing for 4 months until finally we could actually practice together. And then, literally, 8 months later, we had our first gig. So been a very slow burn, getting stuff to happen, but it's been a lot of fun.
Right.
Mm.
Now, tell us, Higgs Field. Sam and I were guessing. I thought maybe it was a place.
I wish Liam was here. He could probably actually give a better answer, but it's a scientific term. Hold on. Let me.
Well, it's funny because I was trying to look up you guys on YouTube. So, of course, I put in Higgs Field. And then it came up with the explanation, and I went, good luck, Dylan, explaining that to me.
So my understanding is the Higgs field. It's like meant to be like a field of energy that is like exists around like every atom or something like that. And I guess the metaphor is that that like our music or music in general is like meant to be like that field of energy that exists throughout everything in existence, or it's something like that. I wish Liam was here; he'd be able to explain it a bit better.
Yes, well, and it seems to be also depending on who enters that energy field, how it changes and how it interacts. So it was quite interesting, but I thought, good luck saying that concisely to someone. Yeah, so well done. I think that was pretty good.
How did the band form? Is this your original lineup, or have you had a couple of changes?
No, this is actually our original lineup. It was originally just a rhythm guitarist and bass player, Liam and Carl respectively, and it was just sort of them jamming in the shed for like a couple years, and they were just like, all right, this is like pretty fun. These are some cool riffs. Why don't we get a whole band together? And yeah, like I said, I joined sort of early 2020 before, we existed in this sort of reality, you know. Um, and I brought with me a good friend of mine, Bradley Frost, who's a drummer, and I've played with him in quite a few bands as well. Um, but yeah, so it's been the same since I came into the band, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Which film director would you love to contact you and say, hey, Dylan, could Higgs Field do the musical score or soundtrack to my latest upcoming production?
Okay. Hold on, let me make sure I get his name right. I've never been really good with names.
Someone will know.
It would probably be Edgar Wright, who did recently Baby Driver and sort of Shaun of the Dead, Scott Pilgrim versus the World. It would probably be him because he has a very distinctive style, and it's very energetic and very lively. And he does a lot of stuff with music as well. So like I mentioned Baby Driver before, that whole movie is synced to music and built around a soundtrack. So it would definitely be Edgar Wright.
Nice. I
think you also did. There's a new movie that's only been out a few months called something Last Night in Soho, or it's got Soho in the title. Yeah.
Yeah, Last Night in Soho.
And he can't do anything wrong, Edgar Wright. Every movie he's done's been brilliant. Well, Rach, who would you choose if we're gonna?
Baz Luhrmann, but only if Ewan McGregor was going to be starring in it. So there's a little clause. I'd say Baz, yes, but this is my clause. You, Sam?
I reckon I'd go with someone like either Jordan Peele or Steven Spielberg. Just bit of left field.
Oh, no, Spielberg's pretty big.
Yeah,
One of the big guns.
Just this little indie director called Steven Spielberg, you know.
And this unknown person named Jordan Peele who did Get Out and Us and the new Candyman. But I think just they're both brilliant directors, and most of the time I think Jordan Peele's one of the most underrated directors in the business right at the moment.
I still haven't mustered enough courage to watch Get Out. The trailer looks too creepy for me. All right, we'll see. We'll sit on that one. All right, Sam, moving right along.
Okay, so if you had to isolate for 1 week and could invite only one band to isolate with you, who would you choose?
So like any band, so just like
any band.
Any band on the world.
Well, if this is like sort of a favorite band kind of question, it would probably be. Do you know who Symphony X is?
I think you've
Maybe.
stumped me here. I haven't heard.
So Symphony X, they're sort of like a power metal, symphonic metal band. Um, they're very technical, but very melodic and very passionate and powerful sort of band. And the vocalist in that band, whose name I should know, is probably one of the best vocals in the business. I think Russell Allen is the vocalist in that band.
Australian band, international?
They're American. They're American. It's actually kind of funny because they have sort of a neoclassical style, which when you like think of neoclassical bands, you think of like people from Germany or no or maybe they're Norwegian or Italian. These guys are like straight up from like New Jersey, America. So like there's a video with the guitarist Michael Romeo, who's like shredding it up on guitar, and then he's just like, "Hey guys, my name's Michael Romeo. I come from New Jersey, and this is my song, See Your Lies." And then he goes back to playing these crazy sort of, neoclassical riffs, and it's such a weird sort of experience, sort of watching him play.
So you reckon you could isolate with them for the week and be entertained?
Entertained. I think I would learn a lot. I think I'd become a much better vocalist and a much better guitarist.
Yeah, absolutely.
I might have to isolate for a couple more weeks, I think, if I go.
Yeah, it's not very often someone would fake a positive test. Sorry, fellas, positive again.
Yeah. Band's coming to Australia. I'm gonna pretend I have to isolate.
Yeah. I'll just keep the positive test and just sort of do a quick switcheroo. Just like, oh, I'm still sick, guys. It's been 6 months, but I'm still sick. Guess I got to get back to practicing with Symphony X.
Nice. Well, who would you invite down, Sam, to Warragul?
Oh, gee, put me on the spot here, Rach. I don't know. It'd have to be someone internationally, like what Dylan said. I'd probably invite someone like Dave Grohl, but that's probably fairly unlikely.
Gee, what a shock, Sam. I'm so surprised.
Yeah, probably Dave Grohl or maybe Mike Patton from Faith No More. I think that'd be a cool week to isolate, having an exploding piano in the background, like the Epic video clip, maybe. I don't know.
So they're going to bring their bag of tricks with them, clearly.
on a plane.
Nice.
What about you, Rach?
Well, I was thinking the Chili Peppers. I thought they'd probably scare the hell out of me, but it'd be entertaining.
Well, Flea's from Melbourne originally.
Huh?
Flea's from Melbourne originally, so it probably wouldn't take much convincing.
Yeah, we'd see. But Dave Grohl intimidates me too much, so I don't think I'd invite Dave Grohl. He's very intimidating, I find. Anyway.
When he's like performing and singing, I would say he's intimidating. But if you watch any interview with him, he's a very down to earth guy, I think.
Oh yeah, he seems lovely. I don't know, maybe because Sam idolizes him. Dog, quiet.
Up in the Nirvana era, right? I mean, Dave Grohl was.
Yeah, I didn't know who he was until you started going on and on and on. And then I went, oh, I see. Anyway.
Go on and on.
It's your question.
It's your question, isn't it?
Is it? No.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is.
Oh, it is. Shit. Sorry. I know. Dylan, all right. Funniest festival or concert experience or first or favourite or busking? Hit us.
Oh, this is hard. I don't actually go to a lot of festivals. It's not, I don't know, I don't do very well in live situations. The one thing that comes to mind, there's this guy who um who comes to a lot of our shows. He's a local here, very talented guy. His name's Ivan. Um and he's one of those guys that he's sort of a life of the party kind of guy. But if you get sort of one on one with him, he will be sort of like quite personal, a lot of sort of great talking to. But last week we had a gig where like he was just sort of screaming out at each member, play a drum solo, play a drum solo. And then our drummer did a drum solo. And then he's like looked at me, he was like, play a guitar solo. And I started playing the guitar solo. And he's like, play faster. And I started playing faster. And then like 3 years ago, like I made some joke, some remark or something about like making out of the gig or something like that. And then he like looks me dead in the eyes and he like walks very slowly towards me on the stage and then he kisses me. And it was totally out of the open, like out of nowhere rather. But like it just like threw me for a loop. But yeah. He's the guy who makes playing shows, you know, 500 kilometers away from, major cities, a worthwhile experience. I'm sure every small country town has an Ivan.
Yes, I definitely think so. Well, yeah, the unexpected kiss. I can imagine that would take a bit to go, okay, that just happened.
Yeah.
Take 2 steps back,
Yeah. Let's lift the let's lift the stage a bit higher. Let's get a couple more drama pads. Just, if he wants to try and kiss me, he's got to like rock climb up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. I thought girls, groupies would be climbing on stage to do that, but
no, I've just got a drunk Ivan, unfortunately.
Drunk Ivan. I think there's a song in that. Drunk Ivan. Beautiful.
Well, # drunk Ivan, maybe.
Well, Sam's got a classic, but just hold one moment because I am going to kick this dog out because she's driving me nuts. So, Sam,
I'll wait for you to come. All right. Well, this story is quite funny, and how to take this seriously is impossible. So, a few weeks ago, I went to Unify, which is a music festival in Gippsland, South Gippsland. And I was doing the Unity crew, which generally the people that go around the campsites, make sure everyone's doing the right thing, no one's passed out and all that. And I was sitting at the Unity hub, and this guy comes up to me with a complaint. I'm like, all right, has someone threatened you? Is there someone passed out? He goes, no, at the next campsite over, someone is playing Down Under by Men at Work on repeat all day, every day of the festival. It's just like, how can you tell someone off for doing that?
You feel his pain though, because any song on repeat starts to wear you down after a while. And yeah, so I can imagine, and Men at Work, I don't mind them, but Unify, because Unify is a bit heavy, isn't it, Sam?
It's more of a metal punk rock festival, not a 1980s
would
festival.
not be headlining the Unify. Yeah, so no, I thought that was a classic.
Short Stack were there, but I know that's a bit of a different story. Short Stack is sort of in the punk genre, but
no, I thought that was gold. All right, Sam, moving right along.
All right, guilty pleasure, Dylan. Who do you listen to that some people might not know you listen to?
Oh, okay. I'm trying to work my way down, just sort of thinking, I listen to this guy, but can I get a bit like more guiltier? Probably Weird Al Yankovic. I mean, everyone loves Weird Al because he's so much fun. But I don't know. Um, he's just he's just a very lively guy, from what I can
Yeah.
tell. And like even like the polka medleys that he's done, like they're so silly, but they're still just like a lot of fun to listen to, sort of thing.
Okay.
I
Yep.
don't know if you listen to much Weird Al, but on each of his albums, he would post, not post. I'm such a Generation X. He would release a polka medley of like all the popular songs of the time. Like to give an example, um, hold on, let me. White boy. So
Because
like
he,
back in 2003, he released a song called "Angry White Boy Polka," and this was a medley of like all like the new metal songs. So there was like "Last Resort" by Papa Roach and like "Chop Suey" by System of a Down and like Down with the Sickness by Disturbed, and they were all played in like an upbeat polka style, and it's just like the funniest thing ever, but like still like the most impressive thing ever. But yeah, that's my guilty pleasure. It's the Weird Al Yankovic.
He's
that's
been
not a
around.
bad.
Yeah, he's been around forever because I remember when he did Michael
Yeah,
Jackson's. What did you do? Beat it, eat it,
yeah,
It
I
was
believe.
yeah,
Aided, I
yeah. He
think.
made Eat
Yeah.
It. Yeah,
And what was his? Was that
he's
his,
the Eat It guy.
the first? Was that the first one? There was another really big one he did. Oh, there was probably
Didn't
Slap.
he do like a surgeon instead of like a virgin?
Mm.
I think.
Probably.
Cutting for the first time or something, the lyrics was. It was just.
Yeah.
I think his first hit was he did a parody of My Sharona, and it was like called My Baloney or something like that. Yeah,
As you do.
and,
Well, yeah, he's pretty
yeah.
long in the tooth these days because we're going back.
Mm.
We're going back to the 80s.
I remember he did. Was it? What was that song? I Want It That Way by Backstreet Boys, and it was
Mm.
actually I bought it on eBay instead.
Yes,
Sam, I think
I
you're a
remember.
bit of a closet Weird Al
No,
fan
no,
by the
no,
sound
no,
of things.
no.
Oh, it's the Backstreet Boys that did it for you, wasn't it?
Mm.
Oh yes, let's not reminisce on the first episode of Sam and Rach's Next Exit.
Nothing
That's
wrong with the
history,
Backstreet Boys,
Rach.
Sam. Backstreet's back. All right. All
Hey,
tunes
we've got a
now.
closet fan here too, Rach. You're singing Backstreet
What's
Boys.
not to love about a boy band?
Mm.
Boy bands
It was
rock, man.
another great South Australian band to watch.
Um, I'm probably gonna have to go with a local band called Chelsea Manor. I don't know if you've heard about these guys. They
I
played at
actually
one night.
have heard of Chelsea Manor.
Yeah, I'm actually That's awesome. Uh, yeah, I'm actually good friends with like everyone in that band. I say everyone. There's three people in the band, but I'm good friends with everyone, every single one. Um, and one of the members of the band is actually my good friend Ivan, who I mentioned about 15 minutes ago.
Oh, that's so
Um,
cute.
but like they've got a lot of energy when they play. They've like good banter between them, and actually, it's funny. The vocalist in that band, not the vocalist, the drummer in that band, um, he like occasionally does like backing vocals or he leads on like one song, and he's got like this big, loud, aggressive sound, like a Dave Grohl sort of thing. But like you talk to him and he's just like, oh hey Dylan, how you doing? Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. It was good, pretty good, chick. It's just like a total opposite of like what he's like on stage. But yeah, Chelsea Manor is probably the go-to South Australian band for me.
Because they put out a song. Oh, was it this year or last year? It was a couple of years ago, but they did the actual Round the Twist song, I believe.
Yeah, yeah. They released that about late last year, I think,
Mm,
and yeah, it was a long awaited cover because I had been hearing that live, at least as far back as like 2019. They've probably been playing it for even further back from that. Mm,
mm.
I like the
And
name, Chelsea Manor. Cool name.
yeah, I think that is a reference to a real place, Chelsea Manor.
I thought a girl, possibly Chelsea Manor, but yeah, no, cool name.
I think it's
maybe somewhere in Europe or the UK, maybe, I don't know.
Having said that, Higgs Field's pretty catchy. You hear it once and I didn't forget it. Whereas sometimes bands dance Sam will go to band and I'll have to keep going now. Was it Atriox or Anthrax?
Oh, not this again.
No, but Higgs Field's, yeah, very cool. Very rememberable.
The amount of great talent that's coming out of South Australia music-wise, though, Dylan, is unbelievable. Like Signals, Echoes in Eternity, Alts. There's a whole heap of great bands coming out of the state right at the moment.
Well, it's the city of churches, isn't it? Adelaide?
But, yeah, Signals probably are the band if I was to say a band to watch from South Australia, Signals would definitely be on that list.
Karaoke song. What would we fire up if we're at the karaoke bar drinking way too much sake?
It would probably be Bad Out of Hell by Meatloaf.
Oh, I love Bad Out of Hell.
Yeah.
What's not to love about Meatloaf? Now that boy could sing.
Yes, at least for a little bit. But I do remember, like, in high school, it was like the song that I was like back when I wasn't all too great at singing, it was a song I was like trying to belt out in like the practice rooms that we had, and like after I'd stopped singing, like, some random chick would come in and just be like, you really shouldn't be like singing like that. You're gonna hurt your throat. It's just like, I don't care. It's fun to sing loud and high.
Yeah, buddy, Meatloaf. I try to keep up with him on some of his songs, like righto.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a certain something.
It was 2 out of 3 ain't bad, and there was You Took the Words Right Out of My Mouth.
Yeah, I love that.
That whole album is a lot of fun. The Bad Out of Hell album.
Absolutely, the energy, and I sometimes just watch his clip. Hot Summer Nights, when he's on stage with the girl singing, and of course they've got the big fan. I love the big fan. The hair's blowing and he's got the crazy eyes, and yeah, because sometimes it's hard to capture that energy. From a live concert, you're there and you're feeling it, but through the TV screen, and that does it. All right, Sam,
he's not a bad actor either.
Apart from your Backstreet Boys' favourite song, what are you belting out at karaoke?
Karaoke. Oh, it's got to be Cold Chisel. It's got to be like Flame Trees or K-San or... Well, you're at a pub. Like, you got to go with Aussie pub rock, right?
All right. When have you ever listened to Cold Chisel, Sam? Ever?
I've played it on the radio show before.
Really? Shit. There you go.
Yeah. What's wrong with Cold Chisel?
Oh, no, nothing's wrong with Cold Chisel. I just didn't pick you for a Cold Chisel karaoke singer.
Oh. Well, what would you go with, Rach, if you had to choose after a few drinks?
Well, I've never put this to the test, but I've got a theory. Eminem, Without You, because I'm not a very good singer. But if you have to just keep, basically it's speeding up talking, isn't it? Rapping. No, I reckon I'd be pretty good at that because I can talk.
That's all it is.
Hey?
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
So I'll try it out next time, Sam. Next time we're at a karaoke. Do you reckon they'll have Eminem?
Yeah. Oh, they will. They'd have to have Lose Yourself at least.
Yeah.
Or Love the Way You Lie at least would be on there.
Oh, all the swearing though. I don't know if that'd pass the karaoke bar test. Because I try to play on the radio and it's very hard to find out.
I think if people got thrown out of bars for swearing, no one would be in the bars.
That is an excellent point, Dylan. Yes.
That's a fair point.
I just can't. It's been a long time since I've done karaoke and I just don't remember any slightly heavy, it's all very Islands in the Stream, you know what I mean? It's all very rock kind of vibes. You'll be right, Sam.
Rock. Yeah. Cold Chisel. Gee, I've really opened the closet, haven't I?
You know what? That's going to be my homework task. I'm going to hit a karaoke bar and say, righto, well, I'll see if I can find a swear word. That'll be my challenge for next time, Sam.
What's next for Higgs Field? Probably a good question.
Yeah, so we got a couple of singles coming out in the near future. There's songs that we've been playing at shows. I won't give away which ones they are. You'll have to just wait. And we're still going to be playing shows sort of around the place in South Australia, mostly here in Mount Gambier in our hometown.
All right, so the music scene in Mount Gambier is where we can catch Higgs Field.
Yes.
Hopefully we'll be expanding a bit more into Adelaide and Melbourne.
I guess the good thing to do would be to get a couple of other South Australian bands, Chelsea Manor, and, you know, do a little bit of a road trip so you can contact venues and say, right, we've got these 3 bands, we're coming, do you want us? Pay us, spread the word, tell Sam and Rach to get down there, and we're there.
Not knowing me, I'd 99.9% likely be at the gig already before you mentioned H, but
thanks, Sam.
We'll just roll up to a random pub and just be like, I wonder if they'll let us play. And Sam will be out there being like, hey guys, I've been waiting for you.
It's like Mr. Sam everywhere. I think that's my name now, isn't it?
What is it?
Sam? Oh, some people say if there's a gig happening, if Sam's not at it, it's very unusual.
Yeah, I tell you, I don't know where you get the energy from, Sam. You're here, there, and everywhere.
I think off of our album, Parakusha, probably the Guilty is probably the go-to, because every time we play that song live, it just goes off, and it's a lot of fun.
Okay,
Guilty has a lot of energy.
or favourite song lyric you wish you had written?
Oh,
You can say your own. Are you the writer of the Higgs Field group?
yeah, I write lyrics. I would say I do about 50-50. Um, I don't know how to answer that. I'm sorry. I, I I have a lot of trouble with like lyrics and stuff like that. Um, like I won't sort of like listen to the lyrics until like 5 or 6 listens into an album. Just be like, oh, he's actually talking about some deep stuff while the guitarist is sort of stringing it up. I should be paying attention to that more. Um,
Well, I'll give you Taylor Swift's because I know we're all pretty excited about
okay.
that. She was very happy when she came up with, yes, I'm a, how'd it go? Yes, I'm a nightmare dressed as a daydream. She was thrilled with that.
Okay.
Was that off Blank Space, I think? Because I only know that because
Sam, you're so funny.
I Prevail did a cover of it. I'm not a Taylor Swift fan. A band called I Prevail did a cover of Blank Space, and I reckon I know that lyric from the I Prevail song.
Of course you do. Wink, wink. All right. Anyway, let's sign out. Let's say thanks again and all the best for Higgs Field and whatever next adventure life might take you on.
Awesome having a chat with you, Dylan, and keep up the good work.
Oh, thank you very much, Sam. Thanks for a lovely interview, a very lovely sort of chat, Sam and Rachel.
Likewise.
No worries at all.